Good morning, students. Welcome to the class. Today we are going to do a comprehension in our English grammar book, chapter number 17, and you have to open page number 121. Page number 121 in your English grammar book. And this is your comprehension number 7, and name of the comprehension is Leonardo da Vinci. Leonardo da Vinci. I hope you have heard the name of Leonardo da Vinci earlier also. You can see the picture. This picture is of Leonardo da Vinci. So let's read about him. Okay. Leonardo da Vinci was born in 1452. Okay. He was born in 1452 and died in 1519. Just remember the date first. Born 1452 and died in 1519. He was an Italian. Means he belongs to Italy. Okay. If I belongs to India, I will say I am an Indian. The same he belongs to Italy. So we can say that he was an Italian. Okay. His surname, Da Vinci, means of Vinci. We just read the name Leonardo da Vinci. What's the meaning of Da Vinci here? Da means of, Vinci means the name of the place from where he belongs, or from where the place where he born. His surname Da Vinci means of Vinci. That surname means Leonardo belongs to Vinci of the Italian town where he was born. He lived during an extraordinary period when many important developments in art and science happened. He lived means the time or the period when he was alive. It was a very important era because that time lot of important developments in art and science were happening. Okay, the first question, who was Leonardo? Then the answer is Leonardo is perhaps best known as a painter. He just known as the best, or we can say he is a world famous painter. Simply we can say that Leonardo da Vinci was a painter. One of his most famous paintings being the Mona Lisa. I hope you have also heard the name of Leonardo and of Mona Lisa also. Mona Lisa is a painting of a lady, of a woman, that was painted by, or we can say painted by or drawn by Leonardo da Vinci, and this is the world's famous painting. And what's the name of the painting? This is that painting, you can see. Mona Lisa. This painting is well known, or I can say this is the world famous painting that was made by Leonardo, and the name of the painting is Mona Lisa. Yes, it means we understand now that Leonardo was a painter, or we can say an artist, but he was not just a brilliant artist, but was also an inventor, scientist, mathematician, engineer, poet, musician, and much more. But Leonardo was not only an artist. We know that he was a brilliant artist, but he was not only an artist, he was a great inventor, scientist, mathematician, engineer, poet, musician, and much more. Means with a lot of qualities as a mathematician, as an engineer, a scientist, a poet, a musician. He drew plans of new musical instrument, war machines, armored cars, the parachute, scuba gear, calculators, the first robot, the helicopter. Means he has just drawn the plan. Today we can see the helicopter, the robot, the parachute, war machines, armored cars. These all things were planned by Leonardo in that time, in that period. Means period was 1452 and 1509. In this period, he had just draw the plans. He has just drew the plans of all these instruments. The first is the painting of Mona Lisa, and I can show you. This is also an invention of Leonardo da Vinci. He had just drew the plan at that time. This is his sketch of the parachute, and today's parachute, you can see here, you can compare both of them. It was just drawn by the Leonardo, and the today's parachute is also like this. More I can show you that he had that time he had just imagined the flying machine also, and he has made this sketch also. And more, this is the armored car that was just designed by Leonardo da Vinci, and many more things. All these were his inventions. Okay, many of these could not be made because the technology was not available at that time. Means he has drawn the sketch and the plans that time, but it can't be made. The reason behind was the technology was not so much available at that time. Leonardo could write in the opposite direction to how we write, and this writing can be read by looking at its reflection in a mirror. He has one more quality that he can write in the opposite direction. Means as we write, he just writes the opposite of it, and you can read that writing only if you see the reflection in the mirror. A famous quote of Leonardo da Vinci is, "He who thinks little earns much." This is the famous quote of Leonardo, that who thinks little means who is not thinking so well earns. Errors means mistakes, or we can say errors, or we can say mistake. Who think little or who not think well, they commonly make the mistakes. Means we should first think, we should just plan out our all matters. By this what happen? There will be no mistakes. So think before you do. Most people believe that Leonardo is the most talented person to have lived on the earth. Most of the people would think that the Leonardo was the most talented person. How can we say he is talented? Because he was a brilliant artist and engineer, inventor, poet, scientist, mathematician, musician, and much more. So, this was about Leonardo da Vinci. Now we will see the question answers. First question is, where was Leonardo born? Yes, where was Leonardo born? In the Vinci, that is in Italy. How long did he live? He lived around, what was the son? He lived from 1452 to 1519, means 67 years. He lived 67 years. Next question. Why is he considered by many to be the most talented person on the earth? Because he was an inventor, artist, mathematician, scientist, as we have read in the chapter in the comprehension. Question number third. Which three of Leonardo's inventions are the top ones for you? And say why. Means you have to tell, as we have just read, that lot of inventions he has done. Which are the top ones? You have to give this answer on your own, okay? According to your own views. The next question is question number 4. He who thinks little earns much. What's the meaning of this? Means he who does not think well commits many mistakes. Errors means errors or mistake. What did Leonardo mean by this quotation? Yes, what does he mean by this quotation? Yes, Leonardo just want to explain that we should think, we should plan everything in a proper manner before implement. I have written the answers also. You can see the answers here. This you have to do on your own. Question number 3. Question 5. We should think well in a planned manner before implement. Now we have to just match subject with predicates. In Leonardo time there were many great artists. One of Leonardo's contemporaries was Michelangelo, and this Michelangelo was also a genius. These people have enriched human civilization. That time was an extraordinary time. This all work you have to do in your book. Okay students, I hope all of you enjoyed the comprehension and you just come to know more and more about the Leonardo and the Mona Lisa. Okay students, thank you and goodbye.